Ladies and gentlemen, people of royalty, welcome back for the final day of the first ever PokeMMO official Shiny War. Today's our last chance. We have about 8 hours to stream, 8 hours to go, 8 hours to push through. I am exhausted. I am so tired, but I can continue going knowing that I only have 8 more hours to fight through. 8 more hours for that opportunity, 8 more hours for that stream moment, that moment in PokeMMO history to get a rare shiny. We've seen people like JW Tree pull out Shalfas within the last 30 minutes of a shiny war before. We've seen crazier than what we'll be watching today, but hopefully we'll see something just crazy enough to maybe make it happen. Welcome back. I want to be careful. I actually don't want to blow my energy too early. It's only noon. We have until 8 p.m. until the war officially ends. I've got 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 240, 240 eggs to hatch. I have very little Pokeyen left. Not enough for another full batch of eggs. However, I'm selling things off. I'm selling off some mysterious balls. I'm trying to get some Pokeyen N, as we can see here, to get enough Pokeyen to do one more batch. We'll see what I can do. I don't have much time, in all honesty. I'm gonna have to make sure I make those Dittos quite soon, because if I make those Dittos anything less than within the next 2 hours, I'm not gonna have enough time. So I have to get working very quick, even though we have a long way to go. Welcome to the final day. Another, I guess, promotion that we're running today is for every single sub that I get today, every single Twitch sub, YouTube membership, gifted sub, Twitch Prime, I don't care. For every single sub, I will open one mysterious Great Ball and increase my chances towards that rare shiny. So if you want to be part of that greatness, be the reason why I get that shiny, and support the stream at the same time, it does mean a lot, and I do super appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get to work. What do you say? And there are the first subs of the day. Kush Eagle gifting 5. What I will do, I want to pop them all on Shiny Charm to give you guys, the best use of your money, and me the best use of my Pokemon, I'll be honest. I'm going to keep a number, a calculator, okay, in the bottom middle. You see that calculator in the bottom middle? That'll be used to track the mysterious balls that I owe you guys. So as the stream lengthens, this number will go up. And whenever I pop a Shiny Charm, I will pop as many as is on this number. It's on this calculator. And there is 10 gifted. There is 10 gift. We are already at 16. We are already at 16. You guys are gonna, we only have so many Great Balls. There's no way. We have 245 Great Balls. There's no way you guys drain them all. There's too many. There's no way. But the fact that if we could, I said yesterday, if we could even dip under 200, that would be extremely impressive to me, and that would be a success. Like if we can get 45, that would be all I could ever ask for. That would be insane. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me, what Team Mr. Team is winning war, and or what team will win war. There is no live leaderboard. I believe that SPHEAL Team 6 is the quote-unquote Team Mr. Team. There's a few non-Team Mr. members in there, which are very important to call out. So just SPHEAL Team 6 as a team, I'm hoping is the one that wins war. There's around 20 or 25 Team Mr. members in there, and then 5 or so non-Team Mr. members who are working hard, just as hard as the Team Mr. members, and working very hard as well to pull their weight for that team and support that team. We're hoping to see, people have been asking me how many points they have, and I can't disclose that. Information is power within a war like this. I am not going to disclose that sort of number without their direct approval, because it's going to encourage or dissuade certain teams from popping mysterious balls, from making certain alphas. Like there are a lot of things, that game plans that teams might literally change based on that, right? All right, one of those subs, Davis just subbed for 3 months in a row. We're at 24 or 22. Or 21. It's going to be actually 24 because he subbed for 3 months in a row. That's going to count as 3 subs, not just 1. So we're currently already at 24 mysterious Great Balls being open as soon as we pop this next Shiny Charm. How are you already? Have you not? I bet Kuroshi hasn't slept. Kuroshi's at 443,000 encounters dry. I bet Kuroshi hasn't slept and won't sleep until the end of war and just cranking 5 times hordes. Good luck to you, gamer. That's just, it's like almost unbelievable. All I can say is good luck. It's enough to make any man stick to their stomach. And on top of it, the support for the final day is going bonkers. Shout out to the Helsing Ultimate Clan, to Jorl, to Pokedoggo, to Saris Victoria. Get him, Shiny Boys. We believe in you. Not all of this helps. Dude, I appreciate it. You don't have to. I always say, I prefer, honestly, you guys keep your money and just play PokeMMO and enjoy the game. With more people like you guys playing and enjoying, it creates a better experience. It's going to make the game better. I'd rather see that than just short-term, you guys gifting me stuff. I want you to keep your money and make those long-term gains. But if you choose to donate, I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and it will go towards me hopefully getting a rare shiny today. I don't want people to give me too many dittos because I can only make so many eggs today, so I don't want them to go to waste, okay? I don't want them to go to waste. How come he's able to get Chandelure to follow him, but I can't? It's a really weird, like, stipulation in PokeMMO. The ROMs that we legally supply to play PokeMMO, right? They don't have Chandelure sprites in them. So we have to go get third-party mods, like Gen 4 and 5 follower sprite mods, to actually be able to see them in the game. But if you do have that mod installed, it shows up for everybody in the game like normal. So that's something to just keep in mind. It's a great question. Yeah, is today the last day or tomorrow? It is today. A lot of people thought that it ends on the 22nd. It technically does, but often PokeMMO ends events at midnight UTC. Midnight UTC on the 22nd is actually just 8 p.m. ET, which is my time zone on the 21st. So it's always important to do those little time zone calculations, time zone, conversions, and make sure to double check the date as well. I think with this amount of dittos, I think I just go pop a shiny charm right now. I got 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, a little less 240. Then I have Nintedas to make. Yeah, I think we just go. I think we just go, fellas. I've got 30 mysterious great balls to pop as well. I'll make sure I throw up an empty box or something in front of that. There's an alpha as well. There's an alpha we can go pop shiny charm and start the charm with by checking that. Do you think Shiny Wars will garner interest from the wider Pokemon community? Oh man, I mean, should it? Yes. Will it? I don't know. I think Shiny Wars in other Pokemon games would be amazing to see. Like, even if we're not here playing PokeMMO, I would love to see more people adapt shiny hunting competitions across the Pokemon community. I feel like it works so well. It makes so much sense. Surprised we don't already see it sooner, I guess, or more often, aside from, I think a lot of Pokemon people play in single player challenges because they don't think of it as an online multiplayer game the same way like PokeMMO represents it as, right? It's a great question. It's a great question. And there is 10 more gifted YouTube memberships right as I'm about to start what is probably one of my last shiny charms in all of Shiny Wars. Over 2 months, 62 days, right? 62 days. Fuck your investments, says Bastard. They're all going to be gone after this, and that's okay. That's part of the fun. Let's go ahead. Pop our shiny charm. 3, 2, 1. This could be it, fellas. Pop our charm. Do our alpha encounter. Put us up to 30,010 encounters. And then right after this, I'm going to teleport back to a PC. I think I just pop. We're going to hop over to Unova, I guess, quickly. But I'm going to start popping Mysterious Great Balls in a split second here, fellas. Let me travel over to Unova first. Get prepped and ready for breeding. Yeah, if a mod could start the Gambit in Twitch chat, it would be appreciated. I see you, Kyot, with your Twitch Prime as well. That'll be +1. We're currently about to pop 41 Mysterious Great Balls. If mods could start a Gamba, I'd really, really appreciate it. You could even make it a shorter time one. A shorter time to predict. Let's honestly do it. Start a prediction. Guys, you're only going to have about 1 minute, okay? I think that'll be or very little time. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute. We're about to open 40 something mysterious balls. 1 minute. Bet now. Bet now. Bet now, chat. You have 1 minute. All right, fellas, it's time. It is time. It's finally time. 47 mysterious balls is the current number. That is so many. It's ridiculous. We're going to keybind it. I will not stop clicking Q until we see the number 198. Okay? If you want to sub, we'll continue from that after. Thank you guys for your support today. It's been unbelievably generous already. And I hope you've had a lot of fun watching Shiny Wars. Let's try to see an amazing shiny from these mysterious great balls. 1 Swinub. 1 Chingling. For reference, actually. I'm sorry. For reference, before we continue forward. To understand the magnitude of Pokeyen being spent. We've got 47 to pop. We're going to do 60k times 47. This is about 2.8 million Pokeyen worth of mysterious balls. 198 is the number we stop at. 198. Snover. Staryu. SPHEAL. SPHEAL Team 6. Why don't you? Staryu. Staryu. Normal Jinx. Sneasel. If it is shiny, it will flash across the screen. Snover into Cubchoo. Chingling. Chansey. Chansey is the big one. With Donator status and Shiny Charm, it makes my shiny rate 4,000 times 0.20. It doesn't work. Sorry, it's 4,000 times 0.10. So 400. So 3,600 minus 360. My current shiny rate is 3,240 when I'm popping these. That's how insane it is. That's how low it is. That's how low it is. Surely we could hit something. Surely. With how dry I've been for war. With how many hours I've put in. Surely we hit something. It's either in the edge or the balls. It's either in the edge or the balls. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. So many Deerlings. No Deerling, please. Chansey's one of the best targets. 218. The seal kind of looks shiny. We'll have to check the PC at the end, unironically, for the shiny seal, because they are so hard to see. If it's a shiny seal, you wouldn't even know. It's very, very difficult to see. Staryu. Let's head inside. No shiny so far. No shiny so far. Honestly, these should all be moved over. I kind of messed up here, but that's okay. Move these over really quick. And then move this over. Okay. About 15 more balls to pop. Shiny Sneasel and 5 encounters. I'd be very happy with that. Come on. 2.8 million Pokeyen. 2.8 million. 2.8 million. 2.8 million consumed. 2.8 million consumed. 2.8 million. Oh, 5 more balls. 5 more. 3 more. Chansey. A shiny Chansey would be literally unbelievable. 1 more. Last one. Oh, it was a Chansey. It was a Chansey, but no shiny. No shiny. No shiny from the first batch. That is the first 47. We have 198 left to go. Will we see them popped? We'll have to see. I'll see you guys with anything else. I'll see you guys with more very, very soon. Yeah, speaking of me being a broke boy and my lack of Pokeyen, I do have a plan to rebuild. I think doing a extremely realistic rebuild post Shiny War and just showing people you could make, I think the math was, I'll have to recount it. I'm pretty sure if you play PokeMMO 2 hours a day, unironically just 2 hours a day, you make like 13 mil in 1 month. 2 hours a day. That's it. That's realistic for everybody if you really want to, you know? Let's move this over. The math is good. It's 300,000 Pokeyen profit per 1 gym rerun, right? And then plus like 120k for a berry run, right? So you do, it's less than 2 hours. You do like 1 gym run a day, 1 berry run, make 420k a day, times 31, right? That's 13 mil. That's 13 mil. Can't see it as well because the calculator's adjusted. So that's 13 million Pokeyen right there. And that's just for, that's playing that's playing like an hour and a half every day. Like an hour and a half. Very, very doable for anybody. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. Someone said like, hey man, can't wait to come back and see you having clutched the win for Shiny Wars Copium, you know? And I'm gonna, you know, he's just being me. There's no win clutching. I don't think there's any possibility that I'm clutching a victory, right? At this point, it's like pride clutching. Like, or like, just like a personal feeling of fulfillment clutching, you know? I'm just trying to prove to myself that all the hard work can pay off. But I also know that sometimes it doesn't. Like, that's the beauty of shiny hunting, is like you're just giving yourself the opportunity for that epic moment. And the reason those moments are so impactful and matter so much is because they don't happen often, right? The reason I was so excited for 3 shinies in one day for Stream Recap 100, I was rewatching a bit of that last night for motivation, honestly. The reason I was so excited was because it was the only time it's ever happened, right? Like, that has never happened to me before. It was the first time. And like, that's what you do shunting for, is for those first time moments, for those once in a lifetime, once in your lifetime personal best opportunities, you know? So I'm just trying to give myself as many opportunities as possible, and I want to prove to myself it's worth it. But at the same time, it'll always be worth it no matter what. No matter if I get a shiny or not, it was worth it to me because I pushed myself as hard as I could, and I put in the most effort that I possibly could have throughout war. That's all I care about. Just try my best every day. Hey Pat, what would you do with 55 boxes of assorted fossil Pokemon asking for a friend? Bro, the boxes, the dumping of random species and such is gonna go insano mode. Maybe try to hire a poker broker and see if he'll even take that. The problem is getting a poker broker for that is gonna be, bro, you gotta just like slowly chip away through that box by box. Maybe do like 1 box a day, half a box a day. The fossil market's gonna be ruined for months. Yes, getting the fossil Pokemon. There's gonna be so many species being dumped, fellas. It's gonna be wild. Good time to buy. If you ever wanted to start an egg hunt, it is honestly, yeah, a really good time to buy most species coming up. That is so smart. If you ever wanted to get like 400 Beldums or Snivies or whatever it may be to start your egg hunt, honestly, yeah, once Shiny Wars is over, that is gonna be the time for sure. It seems like your wealth has been depleted since Shiny Wars started. I spent over 100 mil on this event. Over 100 million Poke Yen. I've sold off a fair amount of investments. But that's the cost of war, my man. This is a great question. What's your favorite part about Shiny Wars? I think just following everyone's journeys, and being motivated to pursue my own. Like, this is some of the most motivated I've been to do an egg hunt, you know, at such a pace, right? Like, Shiny Wars pushes me to do way more eggs per week than like if I were just casually hunting, you know, I normally would do, right? Which is a good and a bad thing. Like, I blow through so much Poke Yen so much quicker, but I also have more chances at going for that rare shiny, right? It's a great question. I think just following everybody else's journeys and rooting for everybody. Shunning is such a community thing in PokeMMO, which is the MMO part of it, the massively multiplayer, right? And I feel like it's a beautiful community, always rooting for each other. Like, whenever someone's dry, no matter how many encounters, you're never like, oh, well, I've been drier, so no. You say, oh man, that sucks. I hope you get a shiny as soon as possible. Or hell yeah, like you're wet. You got a shiny at 10 encounters. If you're sitting there 120k dry and your friend is there to the shiny in 10 encounters, you always go, fucking yes, dude, I'm so happy you got a shiny, let's go, that's awesome. You don't sit there and make it about you. I feel like shiny hunting in PokeMMO is so selfless, more so than any other like Pokemon shunting game, because of the inherent community given the MMO part of the game. It's also like, this sounds very funny, but because PokeMMO shunting is so difficult, it humbles you. There's almost no ego when it comes to PokeMMO shunting, because it humbles the fuck out of you. Like, every time you're like, oh man, like I went 112k dry this hunt, so therefore this next hunt, like I can't wait to get what I deserve or nope. 60k dry, 50k dry, 45k next hunt. Like, it humbles you and you're like, damn, I really am, like, all I really can do is control what I can control, and that's it. That's about it, you know? You can't. It humbles you. It makes you realize like you only have so much power, and that can be a good thing, you know? That can be a beautiful thing. And all you can do is work as hard as you can work. Yo, I just got this. Yo, congrats, the shiny Tepig. How recent? 128, like 10 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago. Dude, congratulations. That is so sick to see. Do you plan to evolve it into Embor? One of the best shiny starters in my opinion. Massive congrats, dude. That is so last. I don't know if you're in war, but last day of shiny war. Also, you said, remember how my shiny Riolu fled? Damn, you had a shiny Riolu flee and then got this to back. Dude, that's amazing. Congratulations, dude. That's so sick to see. Unironically, I super agree, Kuroshi. The biggest tip that I give for new shunters is just to make sure you're multitasking or doing something else while shunting. If you're a new shiny hunter and you're doing time, you should do times 5 boards near a PC. If you're just sitting there watching your encounter counter go up by 5 every single, you're gonna lose your mind, right? You're supposed to watch a TV show, watch a movie, play a mobile game, play a different game, anime, live streams, YouTube videos, like do something. Shiny hunting is a multitasking activity most of the time, and you want to make sure you're doing that, because otherwise it's like watching the clock waiting for school to end, right? It's gonna feel like torture if you just sit there and do that, versus rather distract yourself, talk to a friend, enjoy something, actually try to learn, right? It'll make time pass a lot quicker. All right, there it is, the end of the charm, the final encounter. One last Shedinja. I did a few Shedinja with the last bit of time I had left. Let's get the Peepos Jam off the screen. Go ahead and show you guys any shiny Shedinja. Nope, no Shedinja. We did how many encounters of Shedinja? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Very specific number. Let me get my Chandelure and my eggs. We'll try to count everything here in a quick sec. Okay, so we have 30. Okay, 30 plus 60, 90 plus 2, 23 or whatever. So 90, we're at 90-ish here. 120, 150, 180. And then 2 more. So 210, 240. Anything over here? 240. Our number is 240 plus 23 plus the 47 mysterious balls we open. So 310 total encounters in an hour, bringing up our encounter number to 36,320. Okay, I think for the rest of war, we pretty much just sit here and hatch eggs. It's pretty much we just sit here and hatch eggs. These Ninkadas, maybe we get to, maybe we don't. We just sit here and hatch for the most part, boys. We can actually chill for a fair bit. We'll see if we have enough time to actually hatch them all. All right, if my math is correct, I have about 450 eggs, you know, strung throughout my boxes to hatch. So if we do 4, I'm going to overestimate so I can understand numbers. There's 6 hours left in Shiny Wars. If I have 450 eggs divided by 5, it should be 5 minutes per batch like that. So this times 5, so that's divided by 5. It's 5 eggs. Then this times 5. Is that the math? This is just 1 minute per egg, essentially. That's the math. So this divided by 60. 7.5 hours? Wait, fuck, really? Oh, no. Okay, so let's do the real... Okay, I'm going to have to be on top of my egg game then. I might not be able to hatch all these eggs by the end of war. Oh, no. Okay, let's try... Okay, it should realistically... with Flame Body and Dinner Status actually be 4 minutes per egg or 4 minutes per batch. But that's crazy that I tried to plan so hard about Reddit. It's crazy. Like, I was doing probably double this amount of eggs or like this amount of eggs every single day, right? Like, oh, this is the norm to me. It's like not the big deal. But now that it's a time crunch, I'm realizing how much this was, you know, every day. Oh, man. Oh, man, that's crazy. So we can't make any more eggs. We're full. We're full up. Alphas, maybe, if I want to go for that Shalfa, but we are just in we're just in hatch mode. 100% in hatch mode because we don't have time. Dude, that's so wild. That's actually so wild. Okay, noted. Noted. Now, if I were to do 450 divided by 5 eggs times 4 minutes per batch, 360, this divided by 60, that's 6 hours. So that's actually doable. That's actually doable. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if I can, and I should have a little bit less. Wait, I have like, we might unironically, okay, I might be a math genius because I might have exactly as many eggs as I needed. How is that possible? What the fuck? Because I have 10 here that I'm... So it'd be 6 hours minus 10 minutes, and it's currently 2:09 p.m. which means we have 5 hours and 10 minutes left, or 5 hours and 50, which is exactly the amount of... How did I do? I actually made the exact amount of eggs that I needed. How is that possible? That has to be a sign from Arceus. Yeah, that, like, down to the tick, I made the exact amount of eggs. Bro, that... Okay. I can't miss a tick. I can't miss a tick. That's unbelievable. That's actually insane. I will not be doing hordes then. I will just sit here and... I don't want to miss a tick. Or if I do hordes, I have to try to miss a tick. Okay, that's insane. Well, that's crazy. Well, we just sit here and hatch tick perk for the next 6 hours, fellas. Strap in. Yeah, I've been trying to go through my old VODs and find an exact screenshot of my trainer card so I could understand how many hours I've played throughout war. I think I was around... I couldn't find... We looked through some streams. I think it was around 7,800. My goal throughout war was just to play 10 hours a day, which isn't anything. There's so many other players who have done, like, not double that, but like close to it. You know, it's been insane. My goal was to do 10 hours a day. Okay, so 620 would have been achieving that. If I did actually start at around 7,800, even if I'm 7,850 or whatever, I should be right around that. I should have basically achieved my goal, which it wasn't like a lofty goal. It wasn't like a crazy goal. Like, there have been plenty of other video game competitions where I played 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day. But for 2 months, I wanted to set a consistent, reliable goal, and I think I was able to achieve that, which is super nice. So if we do the 8,465 minus 7,800, we end up with 665 hours. So even if it was a bit over 10 a day, I'm very, very happy with that, obviously. Let's divide that. That'd be equal to 10.7. And that was with, like, there were a few days, like, I want to say there was 1 to 3 days where I couldn't play PokeMMO at all because of, like, family events or, like, certain holidays or whatever. I had to spend time with people. So averaging 10.7, it is a bit... If you have one day where you don't play at all, it is so hard to bring your average back up. It's really tough. I'm really proud. If this was actually my correct number, I'm very, very proud of 10.7 a day. That's about... I was hoping for 10. If that's an accurate number, then hell yeah, boys, we did it. You know, even if I don't get as many shinies as I would like to, or a rare, or whatever happens at this point, I set a goal and I achieved that goal. And I think that's what Shiny Wars is all about, and what shiny hunting is all about in PokeMMO. You know, you got to appreciate that when you have the ability to do it. How will you know what team won? The developers will go through and individually check each account in each team after the war is over. It's going to take a while. We're not going to know immediately for a while. There is no live leaderboard, so we're not going to get an official announcement of who won. Weeks, months, we don't know how long it will take. Honestly, we're just hoping whatever they can, right? But we won't know for a little bit is the honest answer. Hoping for SPHEAL Team 6. That's the name you want to keep in mind. Yeah, you weren't kidding, dude. Torches kind of did go through the roof. That is kind of a lot. I mean, I get it. Like, someone clearly bought them out. Torches are a weird vanity because I think it's a very good vanity, a very good glove slot, and you just can't control when it will come out or how often it will come out, you know? It's so impossible to control because they only release the torch back into the game when they want you to riot because they've made such a large mistake, you know? So it's a tough thing to control. Bro, fossil prices have shot out the flipping roof. It's crazy to think. Yeah, they've been pretty up for it. Like, the fossils kind of became like, oh, fuck mysterious balls. Fossils kind of became like, oh, you want to whale this event and like spend a lot of Pokeyen? Get fossils and pop those. I think way more people should have I should have expected that more. It's so interesting how so many people... It was a tough market to predict. I got a lot of predictions wrong. Speaking of, I have a lot of Pokeyen actually sitting here to collect. Holy shit, boys, we're not actually that broke anymore, kind of. That's wild. But yeah, it's crazy. This is the first time we've ever tried to predict in a market like this, so it makes sense we got a lot wrong. But it's crazy to see. It's still just absolutely crazy to see. That is super true. I feel like that's not being talked enough, or talked about enough, and I probably should honestly bring more light to it. One of the most interesting strats we've seen during Shiny Wars is the runner strat for fossils. Fossils only ended up being so good because of the alt strat / runner strat, getting the hourly rate so much higher. Couldn't have predicted that pre-war. If you're familiar with RuneScape, there's this concept of rune running, or like nature rune running, or pure essence or whatever. Basically, I'll explain it in PokeMMO terms. Basically, what you do is someone is popping the fossils and has like a fat stack of fossils, right? And then every time they fill up on 5 Pokemon, they just trade those over to an alt account or trade those over to another player, and they go deposit those fossils in the PC. Well, so that person can just keep popping fossils. So that is like a massive, it's very similar in the RuneScape community with like running essence for runes. It increases your rates so much. It's a disgustingly expensive thing. Disgustingly expensive, but super crazy. Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah, the runners, it's also, I mean, the cooler thing is it's an incredibly good beginner money making method. I'm curious if we'll see running like this pop up in the future. This was a big deal in RuneScape. If you were an essence runner, you made really good Pokeyen, or gold, I guess, in RuneScape for a new player, because with the fossil thing, the runner just keeps all the fossil mons. So that person is just popping all the fossil mons, giving you all the non-shinies, and then you just, yeah, that's wild. So you're just running back and forth. It takes 10 minutes to make an account and do it. It makes 1 million an hour. Strats like that popping up are so good for new players who want to like kind of innovate and be creative and do strats like that. It's such a good thing. Strats like that existing are so good for the economy and so good for new players. It sinks so many fossils out of the game. Rich players spend a lot of their Pokeyen, and then it's filtered down into newer players. It's actually like such a good like economic flexibility thing. It's so good. That's honestly such a good suggestion, like an easy update, it feels like, next ROM. Do you think shiny Sprite should be added to the decks? Why not, you know? I feel like in traditional Pokemon, they didn't want to acknowledge that shinies existed for a long time. But yeah, why not be able to like scroll through this and see like the shiny variant of each Pokemon? Because also like shiny sprites in Pokemon look a little bit different compared to like if you Google the shiny Pokemon based on like 5th gen sprites, 6th gen, whatever, so they can look a little bit different. It may not always be easy to find what you're looking for. So you want to see what they look like in game. Yeah, I see. And also you just can't always find, obviously going to the GTL is easy-ish, but you can't always find every shiny. Like if I want to find like a shiny Kecleon, there might be one on the GTL right now, but like sometimes there isn't. There's a Kecleon. What about what's like a really niche shiny? Spiritomb, is there any? Obviously we all know what Spiritomb looks like, but like you can't always. There's one Spiritomb, to be fair. This is I'm giving the worst examples. What's like an uncommonly hunted rare shiny? I guess Blue Stripe Basculin would be the easy one, but there's just certain shinies that you won't find in the GTL yeah, why not have those? What about Hitmons, right? Is there a Hitmon? There's no Hitmons, no Hitmonchans, no Hitmonlees, no Tops, Pyrogues. Yeah, why not have that option, you know? But definitely want to see what different Shalfas look like. Yeah, wow, that's super true as well. Seeing the different Shalfa glows, those are much rarer. That is super true. Is there a Shalfa like Sudowoodo up right now? There is. I'm giving the worst examples. Shalfa Yanma. Okay, god dag nabbit. There's a Yanmega, but no Yanma. It'd be very different colors, very different looking shiny. Like, yeah, there's a lot of why not add those to the Pokedex? Like previously in Pokemon, they were like didn't want to acknowledge them, mystery type thing, but obviously shinies are a big part of PokeMMO. Why not add those? You know what? I know war is not over, and I know you guys have seen me calc this number a million times, but it's the final day of war. So let's calc our shiny rate one last time over the course of shiny war. My first shunt was 112,000 encounters. My second shunt was around 52,000 encounters. My third shunt was 22,000 encounters. My third shiny hunt was 49,000 encounters. And then my fifth shunt was 13,000 encounters, and now I'm currently 36,320 dry. So I've done around 285,000 or so, 285,000 encounters over war, 5 times hordes, times 3 hordes, eggs, fossils, Shedinjas, lots of different types of encounters at different rates, etc. this divided by, I should have, my overall shiny rate throughout war is probably somewhere around 126,000 due to all the shiny charms, and donor status immediately makes it 27,000. So it should be somewhere around here. And given that math, I should have gotten somewhere around 10.9 shinies or around 11 shinies, and I have gotten 5, unfortunately. So I'm well under rate throughout shiny wars, but that's, you know, what are you gonna do? I'm not trying to like complain about that. It could be a lot worse. I could be Karoshi dry, I could be Louis official dry, etc. There's worse rates. Hilarious. Like, this is not the worst by any means throughout even war, let alone, you know, could be a lot worse. But back to that number, let's do 284k. Let's do this number. Because what's the next math to do? There's a lot of fun math to do with the total amount of encounters we've done, right? This divided by 5, the total number of shinies I've gotten, gives me a rate, an effective rate of 1 out of 56,800. You know, yeah, Louis went 270,000 encounters dry, and apparently is now over 100k again. I'm not trying to sit here and complain about my, you know, it sucks. I wish I would have gotten more shinies. On average, I should have. Doesn't always work out like that. It's, you know, it's a 2-month event, and there's 25-30 people per team. It should even out over, you know, large sets of data, but it's not going to be a per person thing, and that's okay. It could have been a lot worse, and I think I've been really appreciating that over the last few bit or so of shiny wars, for sure. Okay, when it comes to dry shiny hunts, and especially like your first shunt being dry, it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise, even though it still sucks and it's bad, and I wouldn't, you know, want new players to go dry because of this, right? There's a little bit of a silver lining, right? If you're a new player and you go like 60k, 80k, maybe 100k dry for your first shiny, every shiny hunt after is going to feel measurably easier because of that. Every single time you set a new record PB in terms of being dry, every following shiny hunt is going to feel so much substantially easier. You really do start to build this. It's all frame of reference, and it's all perspective. What is your perspective, right? If you're a player where you get like, you go 1,000 encounters for your first shiny, and then your second shiny is 10,000 encounters, and your third is 12, and your fourth is 5,000, like, and you just get always lucky over and over and over again, eventually you're going to get a very difficult shunt, like mathematically, right? You'll eventually get that 100k hunt. And so, I've seen so many players get lucky for their first few shunts and then just quit the game as soon as they get one tough shunt, because they didn't have the perspective. It's really hard to, like, it's how do you push past that? It's so tough. But I feel like if you start with the tough shunt, but there's also the argument of if you start with a tough shunt, a lot of players quit before, which is fair. It's just tough. The only way you lose in shiny hunting in PokeMMO is when you quit. If you just keep going, you keep getting encounters, you eventually will win. If you just keep going, you win. If you ever quit, that's the only time you lose. Do you have any goal for subs today, or just keeping track? We've already beaten my goal, which is hilarious. We've already done 12 is the current number. We opened 47 balls on top of it. So my goal was to, I said at the beginning of the stream, if we got under 200 mysterious great balls, I'd be very happy. Like, that would be like all I could ever ask for. That's like more than I expect. Like, we've already beaten my goal, and we're only like 2.5 hours in the stream, and we also have 12 more on deck that I have to pop of it once I pop charm. Yeah, no, that mine's been crushed. It's been crushed. Okay, we're talking about team organization and how difficult it was this year for Shiny Wars, because it's tough getting 25 to 30 people all for one team with the same goals in mind is very difficult for Shiny War, and we had very little time to do it. We did a very good job, considering there's a lot of things to be able to improve, for sure, right? Like, I think the question that, for example, in Team Mister, we asked players what percentage you would be giving in the war, right? So the question was like, and that's how we like organize people. It was like, would you give 100% effort, 75%, 50%, or like less? I chose 75% because I knew that I would only be playing 10 hours a day. So to me, that's 75%, right? To me, that's not Karoshi levels. It's not people doing 16, 18-hour days, 20-hour days, right? But then the problem is, and so I didn't want to like bring those people down. But then some people might play 8 hours a day, and for them, that's 100%. And then they're paired with those other players who are playing 16 hours a day, and that's really bad. I chose 75% because I didn't want to be on a team with 100% grinders who like go really hard and bring them down, because I knew that I'd only be playing 10 hours a day, because I'm older, I had just gotten married, all these things, right? Yeah, we did a very, very good job organizing as best we could in like the less than a week or whatever. We had so little time to organize. In the future, instead of percentages, I think asking how many hours a week or how many hours a day you'll play is the best. That's what we would do in the RuneScape community. In the RuneScape community, you would reach out to players for fantasy EHP prior to drafts, and you would say, hey, how many hours a week are you able to play? How many hours a week do you plan to play? I think those kind of questions, and then getting a full spreadsheet of like how many hours a day, how many hours a week, etc. The only question I answered was the percentage one off. That's the only one that I saw. I think hours per day and hours per week is much better. And then also like what method of hunt. That's another, because you want a mixture, I guess, right? Of like consistency plus eggs. So you might want like if you have a team of 30 people, maybe like 20 of those players are doing ×5 hordes. Some are doing eggs. Obviously, this is the most efficient strat as well. It can also work. But yeah, there's so much we can do to improve. And that's a bright future sort of thing. Is like, I think so much of this Shiny War was the best we could have done given the circumstances, right? I think that really sums up this war. Everybody worked so hard. Everybody did such a good job. The organizers, Park, everybody. There's a lot to improve on, and we have a lot that is very obvious to improve on in the future. But I definitely think, given the like hindsight and stuff, I think we did pretty good. But there's definitely a lot we can improve on, like that question, like in figuring out, because like there's certain, you have to get 25 to 30 people, right, that have the same mentality, right? If you have a team of 30 people and half of them have the mentality of like, no matter what, I'm going to keep grinding and keep going and get my hours, and then half people are like, oh, I'm burnt, therefore I stop playing. That's like, in RuneScape, that is like you're not even in fantasy HP. Like if you are, oh, I'm burnt, therefore I'm gonna stop playing. It's like being like, I'm in the Super Bowl, oh, I'm tired, I'm not gonna play the next snap. Like doesn't happen, right? But I feel like that was how some people approached this war, which is totally okay. Nothing wrong with it. It's more so like there was a difference of goals, and it made things a lot sloppier, unfortunately. But that's okay. As long as everybody is trying their best, and we organize people trying their best, whatever their best may be, in different teams appropriately, it works a lot better. We'll try to do that better in the future for sure. Apparently, Park said it might take them a month to announce winners. That's good to know. Thanks for the heads up. Park is the event organizer for Shiny Wars. That's good to know. It makes sense. The devs have to go into everybody's account pretty much, and in like, if they had 8 shinies, like go on their back end and see to make sure they weren't just double bred from other OTs. Yeah, it's wild. I'm checking honey trees. It's wild, but there's around 3 hours left in Shiny Wars, fellas. It's the first 2 hours of this stream went by so slowly. I was in so much like physical and mental pain, which sounds so dramatic. I get it, but I'm also like processing the ending. But like the last 3 hours, I guess, have gone so fast. Like the last 3 hours have gone by rapidly, where I'm like, where is the time gone? You know? It's really crazy. Like now that we're finally coming to a close and coming to the end of the event, I knew this would happen. So many shunters have been like disgustingly exhausted and like been wishing for Shiny Wars to end. But now that we're coming to the end of it, we're like, wait a minute, like I'm not ready. Like slow down, you know? From 2 months to 3 hours. Think about it. It's insane. It's endgame now. Like, I've played this game for 640 hours over the past 2 months, right? And now there's only 3 left. It's wild to put it into perspective. We only have about an hour and a half until I pop the final shiny charm of Shiny Wars. So if you guys are interested in seeing me pop more mysterious Great Balls, I'm currently up to 20 is what's scheduled. The more subs I get on YouTube, Twitch Primes, you know, gifted subs, etc., I will open 1 mysterious Great Ball per sub. I've already opened 47 today on stream, and I have 20 more queued up. So if you want to do that, we have about an hour and a half until I pop the final hour, the final charm of war. I might just go ahead and do this. Alpha, Walrein, and Hoenn. Okay, this is the perfect excuse then. I'm going to go ahead, pop a legendary lore, and pop a shiny charm, I think. Let's get a group of people together first, but I'm going to pop a shiny charm. We'll go Shalfa check the Walrein, and we'll also pop a legendary lore and just do some single encounters whilst we sit here and egg. I feel like that'll be, yeah, I think it's worth it. Let's have some fun. See if it can up our odds. I've already made as many eggs as I can, so there's no reason in like, I'm kind of just going for a rare, but there's no reason to just sit and hatch at this point. As long as I have a flame body mon, I'm fine to do some single encounters. I can't really do hordes, unfortunately, because that requires a sweet scent mon, so I can't have a flame body mon and a sweet scent mon and still do hordes, but I can single encounter at least and increase my chances to see something before the end of war. All right, fellas, this is not the final charm. I repeat, this is not the final charm. We'll actually have another chance after this. However, this will give me a lot of chances. I'm gonna pop a shiny charm. I'm going to check the wall rain, and then I'm going to pop 20 mysterious great balls. So we are gonna go ahead and get those great balls out of the way, and we'll reset those to 0 and do those and do some more later if we need to. Or I could just store them up. We'll see what chat wants. Should I store the great balls up and wait them? Actually, I changed my mind. We're gonna hold the great balls until the very last hour. I think saving the great balls for the last hour of war is more entertaining. So we'll do that instead. But here's the wall rain, not a Shalfa. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go pop a legendary lore in Kanto and just hope for a legendary and just kind of just roll the dice. The most messed up part of me doing this hunt is if I get the legendary encounter with the legendary lures and it's not shiny, I'm just gonna run from it anyway. So there's gonna be so many people who have probably been hunting the legendary like all month, and they're gonna watch me get the encounter and then just run away from it like it's nothing, which is would actually like be devastating. I don't care, but it would devastate. Like that would annoy the crap out of me if I was a newer player, you know. But that's like the efficient strat. Like it's what I'm gonna do, you know. Maybe I'll quick ball it or try to, but it probably won't work. This is the realest question. I've had so many people come into a very similar situation than this. Pat, I need some help. I've done Hoenn, Unova, and Kanto storyline, and I started SINNOH, but for some reason I feel demotivated to play, and I take a long break, and I came back, and I still feel like not playing. What do I do? Leave SINNOH. I don't know why. SINNOH is the region of burnout. It's like the amount of people, I'm not joking, who have come to me like, hey, I'm doing all the storylines in PokeMMO, and they get to like the distortion world or like basically the distortion world. That's pretty much it. So many people burn out. Like my wife quit PokeMMO for like 8 months because of the distortion world. SINNOH is so long, it's so annoying, it's so boring, it's so confusing. The distortion world sucks. Giratina fight's annoying. It's just none of it's fun. I'm sorry for the SINNOH lovers. I respect you. More power to you. It's the amount. I feel like SINNOH is the region that burns the most people out. It's like unhinged. Dude, I honestly just leave SINNOH and go grind and like play the game. And then if you can come back and if you feel the urge to finish the storyline later, go for it. But just leave and have fun. Enjoy your life. Don't play the SINNOH storyline. Giga Chad. How is there only an hour and a half left in Shiny Wars? How has time gone so quickly? These last 5 hours have flown by, dude. It's actually wild. All right, fellas. You know what? I will do it. Oceans is going to bed in a second. So you know what? We will do it, boys. Let's go ahead. Let's get it over with. We're going to pop 24, okay? So 198 minus 24. Thank God for calculators. 174. So we'll be stopping at 174 unless someone Twitch subs or YouTube subs right now. Okay. We have 6 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Let's blow our money, fellas. Let's see. We'll see if we saw a shiny Shelgon sprite fly across screen. Get out of here. If I get a shiny Cryogonal from this, I swear that would actually be the most torturous BM disgusting thing. Vincer is gifting how many subs? 26? Oh my god, I have to do 50. 198 minus 50 puts me down to what? 148? 26 gifted. What? 26 gifted is insane. It's actually sicko mode. It's actually unhinged. I have 5 minutes to pop enough balls. I'm gonna run out of PC space pretty soon. That'll legit become an issue. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I cleared. I might have to go release stuff, guys. I might have to go release stuff. That wasn't a shiny Chansey, right? A little distracted. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We have plenty of space. We have all the half boxes. They're gonna be like crowding the half boxes. So So down to 148 we go. Thank you for all the gifted subs. That is unhinged, unbelievable. These seals are looking a little wonky. We just got 5 more from Bastard. 5 more from Bastard. That's +5. So 148, 143 is the new number. We popped down to 143. We still have 1 more hour, guys. We popped down to 143 in the total stack. We popped to 143, 143, 143. People wanted to go above and beyond and support out of nowhere. I think that puts me over 100 subs today. That's disgusting. That's like 33% or probably more that of my sub number increase. That's insane. You guys are wild. I appreciate you. You guys make this possible. 143 is the new number. I'm not seeing any shinies. Come on. Come on. I believe my shiny rate is what? 1 out of 3,200? 1 out of 3,200. With Charm and Dono. The shiny rate is around 1 out of 3,200. Dude, the gifted subs animations are still happening. That seal actually looked so different. But it wasn't. 143. That one looked the same. Come on. Don't show me seals. Come on. 143. Bro, come on. Show me the shiny Shelgon. Show me the shiny Shelgon. The Shelgon or Chansey is like our best options, I think. 5 more from here. 148. What's the chance of a Great Ball shiny is 1 out of 3,400 or so with Tryman Dono. We actually are still dry. That's wild. We add 55 to our encounter rate, bringing us up to 36,605. And obviously, being 36,605, it's not that dry in itself. It's being this dry again on top of the 112k encounters, on top of the 49k, on top of my overall shiny rate for Shiny War has been 1 out of 57,000. And I'm still getting unlucky. I'm still getting dry. That's what's crazy, right? It's like the back to back to back to back to back to back dry shunts. That sucks. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do besides get more encounters? No shiny, so that's a refund real quick. Hey, wait a minute. Hey. It's kind of a good meme. We do 1 more for XX MedJed with the Twitch Prime. It wasn't the difference, but I still appreciate it, MedJed. There's only 1 minute left, fellas, so we gotta slow down. We got another gifted from Davis. That wasn't the one. That was not the shiny. You have 1 minute and 42 seconds left on Charm, fellas. Did Bastard just gift 5 more? Or was that... No, he didn't get 5 more. That's the animation finally popping up because there was so many gifted subs. I don't know what's crazier. That's actually insane. That's wild. Well, next time for sure, chat. Copium. That is the second to last charm over with, fellas. I will pop 1 more charm at 7 p.m. for the final hour. Dawn is upon us, fellas. 140 mysterious great balls are left. Wait, this is hype. I'm excited for this. Okay. Eenoye. A stern warning from a hater. Hello, Mr. Patrouski. I am an individual who harbors a peculiar resentment towards you. I have done so for a while. Alas, this is not the time to besmirch you, as I've got more important matters. An individual called Costas Cats has been reaching out to you in order to be granted a most vile Alpha Gengar with your OT on it. If you still have any form of humanity left in that cold abyss of a heart, you will refuse this individual. The request, why? Because in bestowing upon them their most desired Gengar, I will be subject to a heap of cyberbullying. I know you are accountable for lots of horrors that go on in PokeMMO. Let this not be one of them. Kind regards, Eenoye. Plus, you owe me 1.5 mil in compensation for the destruction you've caused on the Chaos Egg group. Huh? That was the perfect response. Okay, this clip is actually so sad. I also like really empathize with this clip. I feel like this is a mistake that's super easy to make. Let's just go ahead and watch it. So this person is shiny hunting Ralts. We've seen tons of clips in situations like this, right? Okay, but like he looks good. He's got his Dud trio against Ralts. And you're thinking like, oh, why'd he switch? What an idiot, right? That was so dumb. Why'd he switch, right? The shiny Ralts teleports. Why did he switch, right? That's not what happened. He realized, this is actually like the saddest thing. He realized, okay, let me close for a sec. His Dud trio didn't have arena trap. It was Sand Veil, and he didn't check beforehand. So he actually like tried to prepare, but just didn't check the ability. He knew you needed a Dud trio. It's really sad. It's actually, yeah, it's so sad. That's like actually a mistake where I'm like, damn, I could see like that sucks. Yeah, he actually like was prepared, but wasn't, which is really unfortunate. Do you Master Ball there? You can't. So the problem in that situation is you can't Master Ball until the whole like horde is like taken down. You can't Master Ball if there's more than one Pokemon, right? More than one target. So you literally can't. Like that's why like if you get like a shiny Weezing or whatever, or a shiny Coughing like in a horde, it can like explode. You can't like Master Ball. You have to like kill down the horde. Yeah, he was doing the best play possible there given his situation. He switched to his Breloom to try to sleep this shiny to try. Yeah, he was doing the best thing he could. That's really sad. The losing, yeah, because you just didn't realize that your Dud trio didn't have arena trap. Absolutely brutal. Wait, someone said, is that Jesus on the corner? And I was going to say, no, that's just Squirtle. But you meant in game, and it actually is. Is this the blessing for the shiny egg? Who would have thought? Huh. Hey, Pat, question for you. I hit almost 1 year of gameplay in PokeMMO, and I got almost 3,100 hours. Is that too much or too little? In terms of what's too much or too little, some people say that's too much. I don't think anyone will say that's too little. It's up to your lifestyle, your play style. I'm not here to judge. I think that's extremely impressive. That's what I think. I think like in the old school RuneScape community, there was something called like a 3K year or a 4K year, or very rarely a 5K year. But like I'd say there was like less than 5K years I've ever seen. If you hit a 3 or a 4K year, that was like you were like top 1,000 players in the game. You know, like that was like you are some of the best of the best, like grinding very hard, like playing very, very well. A 3K or a 4K year was extremely impressive. So I would say that's like up there with some of the best of the best. That was like very, very impressive. Oh, it is officially, I'm sorry, it's officially 7 p.m. There is officially only 1 hour left. We pop Shiny Charm. I don't even know if I'll like be doing that many encounters or doing that much on the Charm, but it's the final hour, so I might as well. And I do have one more Mysterious Great Ball to hatch at least, so I don't know how much I'll be doing, but it's something, fellas. It's something. Let's head over either to Kanto or Hoenn to go for a Legendary. Probably, I lean Kanto, I feel like. Better like single encounter. I don't know what, there's not that many single encounter hunts in Johto, I feel like, unfortunately. Get the Shardakuno for the culture. I appreciate the donation, Team Rocket. I appreciate it. Let's go try for it, fellas. Since we got the support from the madman himself, we'll pop some legendary lures. Why not? For the memes. For the chance. Good luck to you too, dude. Hey, Pat, are you excited for Shiny Wars 2025? Asking me if I'm excited for Shiny Wars 2025 during the last 50 minutes of this Shiny War is kind of like asking someone who is so full from Thanksgiving dinner how excited they are for like dessert or like next year's Thanksgiving. Like, bro, I'm gonna vomit if you mention the thought of any more pumpkin pie. You know what, fellas? I'm starting to think that the shinies were actually the friends we made, the puppers we made along the way. 31 minutes until it's all over. It actually feels surreal. It's actually unbelievable how these last 5 hours could feel like they flew by, and like the event flew by at this point. Alrighty, that is the last legendary lore encounter, fellas. Why'd I stop at one? There's one person in chat, true and real. So we're gonna head back to the PC and we're gonna pop some mysterious balls. I've got 5 due to subs, but Racky also sent me 30. And I think he sent me them specifically to open. So you know what? I've got to do it. If that's what he sent them to me for, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I think I might have a bit more. I owe you guys 2 Pokeballs. Oh, yeah. I forgot Frenez sent 2 Premier Balls. Okay. I have to open them. I think they were sent for the purpose of opening. Let's start off with the... I think I owe you guys like 2 pokes. 2 Pokeballs. Okay? 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Should we do Great Balls or the Premiers? Great Balls or the Premiers? Then we save the Premiers. Then we do 35 Great Balls. So 170 minus 35. 135. So I'll stop at 135. I'm about to get an egg tick here in a split sec though, so we'll get these eggs first. Perfect. Beautiful. Perfectly calced and planned. We'll move these over anywhere else, essentially. Over to box Sigma. Okay. 35 Great Balls. Coming right up, fellas. 3, 2, 1. Let's start. Let's start. Here's 2. Sheldon. Sheldon or Chansey is what you want to see. Sheldon and Chansey are the best shiny options here, I believe. I really don't want to see a Cubchoo or a Cryogonal, please. Yeah, I like Teddy Ursa would be amazing. Swinub would be fine. Come on. Come on. Down to 35. Down to 35. Vanilla would be cute. Snorunt would be not bad. Stantler. I already had 1 shiny Stantler from a Mysterious Great Ball. That's my 1 Mysterious Ball shiny. Teddy Ursa again. Not seeing anything. Teddy Ursa. 51. Snover. Down to 50. Pineco would be insane. Pineco's like an egg hunt. That would actually be one of the craziest one. Pineco, Chansey, or Sheldon would all be amazing, amazing shinies to see. Seal would be funny enough to where it's like, screw it. Honestly, I don't hate it. Pineco again. I haven't seen that many. I'm seeing Pinecos all of a sudden. I don't think I saw many Pinecos earlier, if any. 8 more. 7 more. SPHEAL. 5 more. Seal. That Seal looked a little funny. We're gonna go double check. I don't think it was a shiny, but yeah, we're just gonna check it because Seal is the one that's hard to tell. Jinx, Sneasel, SPHEAL. A lot of S's. SPHEAL, Seal, Shinx. Nothing. Nothing. No shiny. No shiny. Premier. Come on. 2 Premiers. This could be a Shalfa, which is a 1 to 2 billion Pokemon Cross shiny. These are the shinies we want to see. 1 more. 1 more. They cost around 800k a piece. The Chingling Alpha is so bad. I don't know the odds of that. I don't know if I've seen one. That's so bad. It's not great, fellas. I'm going to be honest. It's not great, but that's war. You just can't control it. You can only control what you can control, which is getting more encounters. And I think we did the best we could do. We're going to sit here and we're going to hatch eggs. Maybe get a few more fishing encounters, something for the last 16 minutes of Shiny War, but I'm proud of myself. I counted out. I did end up averaging about 10 hours a day, which was my goal for Shiny War all along, which wasn't a lofty goal, but it was a realistic goal for me at the time. And I met my goal. And you know what? That's something you should be, after setting a 2-month goal and achieving it, you should be proud of that. You know, that's not a short grind. That's not an easy grind. That length of time to consistently chip away and work at something is very, very tough. And to not give up, even though I had really, really poor luck throughout Shiny War. We'll do one final calculation during the last minute or so. Even though I had really poor luck, I didn't have the worst luck. It could have been a lot worse. It could have. Now, that doesn't mean, you know, it's okay to be unlucky, but it is okay to be unlucky to some extent. It's a mixture of emotions. It's a roller coaster, and I'm excited for this ride to finally take a break. Do you think Shiny Wars will come back again? I think absolutely. I asked because I'm a new player / missed it. I think absolutely it will come back, and I think it'll come back with a lot of positive changes, which will make it a lot better in the future. So it is planned for it to be. They talked about it being biannual. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it should be annual, and I think it should be around 1 month long in the future, if not shorter than that. I think 1 month annually will be the sweet spot, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I think a lot of people remember how like so many teams and players ended up quitting like 2 to 4 weeks into Shiny War, which is unfortunate, but also bound to happen. This was our first ever time attempting something like this in PokeMMO at a mass scale. And like Ox said, I think most people didn't know what they were getting into. Yeah, I'm lucky where I have the experience. I was used to it from RuneScape competitions. But even then, this was something different, like a 2-month long continuous thing. In RuneScape, you had teams of 12 players generally, and it was kind of like fantasy sports where you would have like one team of 6 in this week and then one team of 6 out. You'd like bench players between the weeks to give them rest weeks. I don't know if that could be implemented, and then you would like do like a weekly like fight, one team versus one team, and you would eventually go to the finals. I don't know if that's something that could be implemented, or we'll see what strategies pop up and what reorganizations we can do. But I think overall this was an amazing first attempt at a PokeMMO official Shiny War. Something that like also it was something that like the staff members and Park. I wanted to say this speech, I guess, with the last few minutes left. There's 8 minutes left, but I'll just start now. I just want to use this time to say thank you, because I can't sit here and I can't summarize my thoughts and feelings and the way that all the effort that people have put in. You can't summarize 2 months of effort, and let alone 2 months. The past 7 months, I believe, Park was putting together this idea and trying to push it to the devs since like February of this year. Park and all of the community managers are really the people who made this happen. And without those people, without those staff members, without Park, like we wouldn't have gotten anything, any events, no news, no update within PokeMMO until the Halloween update, right? Park worked so hard to create this event and to push it to the devs and to encourage them to actually offer some sort of prize support, being the RP and being the limited time wings, the vanity, right? Like we're lucky, we really are fortunate we got this. Without people like Park and just like community managers and staff members literally doing this out of the goodness of their heart because they wanted to create an event for PokeMMO, there's literally no benefit to them. It's amazing. Like it's amazing. It's a really beautiful thing. Because otherwise we wouldn't have gotten anything, right? We wouldn't have gotten anything. The Shiny Wars did not happen in place of anything. It just happened on top. And we didn't see the anniversary event. We didn't see raids released before Halloween, which I thought we were going to, which is really sad. And we would have had nothing. We would have had no updates, no content, absolutely nothing, right? Until Halloween. So at least we got this. And I think this was a very fantastic first shot at something great. And I would love to see Shiny Wars talked about and exacerbated to the larger overarching Pokemon community. I feel like we really have something special here with an extremely competitive long-term endurance event with something like Pokemon, with something like shiny hunting. I don't think we see enough endurance gaming. We see a lot of speed running, quick competitions. We don't see enough of this kind of, which I think is very special and very unique and very cool to PokeMMO. And things like Old School RuneScape as well. But I really want to say thank you. Thank you to Park. Thank you to Auk. Thank you to all the team leaders. Thank you to anyone who participated. Anybody who watched, whether you watched a video, a Twitch stream, whether you said, hey, if you came and said, hey, good luck, Patrouski. Like, that meant the world to me that day. Every single person who contributed to this is making PokeMMO history. This is the first time we've ever had the chance to be spectators, the first time we've ever given people to share their stories, to share their efforts, and to physically show how hard they can work and how hard they can shunt. This was, for so many people, their foot in the door in the shunting community. And I think one of the coolest things to talk about is the new up-and-coming shunters who got to show off and flex because of this event. And I think that's amazing. I think it's so exciting to think of what could come in the future, right? Given how little time we had to prepare for this, we had like a week or two to get everything ready and teams organized and such for this. Like, there's 5 minutes left. We did an amazing job. Everybody, the spectators, the participators, the organizers, the devs, thank you for allowing this to happen and pushing it through and offering the prize support and making a unique limited vanity for this. Thank you to everybody watching. Thank you to everybody for everything. Fucking long live PokeMMO. This game is amazing, and I am so excited for what will come in the future. We're only getting started. This is truly a renaissance for PokeMMO. We have a long way to go, fellas. We have many years of creative, interesting content ahead of us. That's absurd. The final score for SPHEAL Team 6 just came through. 2,959. For reference, I believe Execute Order 66, which was my team, was at 522. That's unbelievable. I hope SPHEAL Team 6 wins. That was I think it was 25 or so was Team Mr. members, but there was 5 or so from other teams and another team leader who put in a shit ton of work. So it was a conglomeration effort, and I'm so excited. I'm rooting for SPHEAL Team 6. You know, I'm rooting for SPHEAL Team 6. Good luck to you guys. We'll see in about a month or so once scores are finally tallied by the devs and released to the public. But I'm rooting for you guys. That's for sure. I will not be able to hatch these last 5 eggs in time. These will not reach enough tick cycles, so these are my last 5. Unfortunately for me, I still have 30 eggs left here and 5 eggs here. Unfortunately for me, you know what? I didn't achieve the shiny goals that I had hoped for in Shiny Wars. But that's the reality. And that is the truth in what makes shiny hunting in PokeMMO so special, right? It's what makes it so meaningful, is that every single time I don't achieve what I wanted to, it makes me want it that much more. I'm going to pop one more Mysterious Great Ball for that sub. 1 sub equals 1 Great Ball. It was a Chansey. It could have been the shiny Chansey at the last second. Shiny's War is over. Did it officially end? Let me check the time.is.com. It is over. It is 8. It is officially over. It is officially over. GG's. GG's, fellas. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this. Thank you for your time. I've said thank you plenty amount, but I want to keep saying more. The subs today have been insane. Just the support from you guys, every single chat that pushed me further along. It takes so many people and so many communities working in unison for something like this to happen. And I'm so excited for the future once again of PokeMMO. GG's to everyone. You've all worked very, very hard, and I hope you all have a very long rest together. I am going to go rest. I am going to go relax. I will see you guys. I'm going to take next week off of streams. I will see you guys next Monday, probably. Like next Monday. I will get you to a date really quick. I'll probably see you September 30th, right before Halloween, and we will start the rebuild series of PokeN starting October 1st. Thank you guys for watching. Like the video. Jesus, saying long live PokeMMO. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Subscribe for daily Pokemon MMO content. Discord is linked down below. You can follow me on Twitch for streams, usually Monday through Friday at around 12 p.m. ET. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube membership, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal/Venmo donations, and even this month, HelloFresh is an amazing way to go above and beyond, support the content, and allow stuff like this to be possible, and allow me to cover events like this and participate in events like this as much as I have. Thank you all again. You're the reason I'm able to do this. You're the reason for PokeMMO's success, and I appreciate you all very much. Have a good night, and get some rest. Hey, thanks so much for watching until the very end of the video. That really means the world to me, and it means even more worlds to me if you go above and beyond and support my content financially like all these lovely people have done. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.